Hello, hi, this is Christine Blackledge Crowell and welcome to episode 2 of the Healthcare Business 101. Now today what I'll be discussing with you in this video is how do you choose your niche. You've made room for your office space from the episode series 1, the first video. Now what I want you to think about is what type of healthcare business are you going to provide? What services are you going to provide? This is really important that you really take time to think about this. Now use your space that you've created in your office for you to be able to have your thinking time, because this is how you build a successful business. You need to have that space that you're able to focus on what type of business do you want to do, your healthcare business. So there's several types of services that you can look at providing, and in this video I will be discussing some simple steps and also what types of healthcare recruitment agencies, for example. Okay, so the first one is that you could do a recruitment agency. Now what is a recruitment agency? A recruitment agency is whereby you are providing staff members to organizations, whether it's temporary or permanent placement. But you could provide a nursing recruitment agency or a care recruitment agency where you're supplying staff members into care homes, residential care homes for the elderly, for example, supported living, or into children's home, for an example here. Now, will you be providing staff members on a temporary basis? So you can provide nurses, support workers, to even residential schools to enable the service to be delivered, and this could be personal care or mental health support. With a recruitment care agency, whereby you are not registered with the Care Quality Commission, you're providing staff to NHS Hospitals or care homes who are already regulated and registered with the Care Quality Commission. You don't need to be registered yourself within your organisation to provide that service, because the organisations you're delivering to already are regulated with the Care Quality Commission. You just have to ensure that staff members are compliant and that they are competent and that they're qualified to do the job that's set out within the service that you're going to be providing. Now that's recruitment. Now the second type could be, for example, care agency. With a care agency, it could be a home care agency where you are regulated with the Care Quality Commission and you have undergone an inspection, you've met the standards to provide a managed service. You will need a registered manager, or you could be the registered manager, providing that you are qualified and competent to do the job that is for the registered manager position. You'll be the regulated care provider, the individual, for example. You will then be providing care in the community to individuals' own homes. It could be adults, children, and within that home it is not regulated, so that's why you must be regulated, and you are also able to provide staff members who are managed by the registered manager who is qualified and competent to do the job. You'll be doing certain tasks. The staff members will be doing personal care or support or helping with preparing a meal, shopping, etc., for example. So it's deciding whether you want to provide temporary staff members. Temporary staff members can do up to 12 hours, for example, or 24 hours, for example, but it is on a temporary basis. So staff will be doing ad hoc shifts, for example, 6 hours, 12-hour shifts, or even a 1-hour shift, for example, within organisations that need you, for example. Another way is you could provide permanent staff members, whereby you are charging a commission of, say, up to 20% of the candidates' yearly salaries, or one-off fee. So, for example, if it's 35,000, you charge 20%, then that will give you a fee of 7,000 that you will charge to an organisation for providing the qualified staff member on a permanent basis, and it's a one-off, and then you haven't got to maintain the staff member going into that organisation, for example. So decide whether you're going to do permanent, or whether you're going to do temporary, or whether you're going to do both. With temporary, you would look at paying the staff member their hourly rate, plus you'd be charging a fee per hour for the organisation. So you could charge a fee of, say, up to 55%. And we'll have more videos on these tips as well for you to learn from. So you've created your space, you've got your office. Now it's time for you to sit down and make a note of what type of service do you want to provide. Think about you as the organisation, what resonates with you, what you feel most passionate about, and then look at how you're going to implement that. Now, I've explained some of the tips here, the 5 steps. The content is also here in this video for you to consider when you're looking at providing a healthcare business. So what type of service are you going to deliver? What level of care will you be providing? Will it be mild, medium, high? The rates will be different according to the level of service. So think about what level of service that you're going to be providing, and also whether you'll be doing temporary, whether you'll be doing permanent, or whether you'll be doing both. That's also important too as well. And also to think about the recruitment care agency, because people get it confused with home care and recruitment agency. People think, oh, if I'm going to do a care agency, then I need to register with the Care Quality Commission, for example, here in the UK, for example. But if you're providing staff members into care homes, nursing homes, NHS Hospitals, then you don't need to be registered with the Care Quality Commission, and therefore you are providing a recruitment care agency, for example. You can provide staff on a temporary basis, whereby they're doing, say, a 12-hour shift, or you can provide staff members on a permanent basis, whereby you would charge a commission fee of, say, 20%. So sit down, write down what it is that you want to provide, what service you want to provide, and then you can look at making that start. Now, there's lots of information for you to start learning about in these series. If this resonated with you, do like this video, share it, subscribe. If you want to hear more, you don't want to miss out on this juicy content, because you are going to get so much information that you will be aware of starting a recruitment care agency, home care agency, rather than just scrambling into something. We hold boot camps every single month. I would love to see you there. I'd love to see you at one of our boot camps. We do it live, online, and it's wonderful because there's other directors on there that's learning the same as how you want to learn, and we take you through the step-by-step process of you setting up and running your recruitment care agency. So the other step that you need to think about is, where will you be located? What is your geographical location? Now, it doesn't need to be right next to you unless you're the one delivering the care, which I wouldn't advise that you do because you are the business owner. Think about where the need is. Especially rural areas are very hard to manage in terms of providing care. Sometimes it's very difficult locations that are the highest need. So do your research, think about where you want to be located for your staff members, for example. You've got your office, but where will your staff members be working? What localities? Will you be a national company? Or will you be working in a certain town, for example, north, south, east, west of England, for example, or Wales, for example, or even Scotland. So think about where your location is going to be. Then you will need to think about staff members living in that location that will need to be interviewed by yourself as well. So write down your locations, think about what the needs are. Are there any difficult areas? You can contact clinical commissioning teams. You can speak with your council, speak with your local nursing home, care homes, see what difficulties that they are struggling with location-wise. You know, are they short of staff in that area, for example? So try and find out where your niche is. Like I said, the services that you're providing, but also your locations of where you're going to work. Then you need to look at what your radius is, okay? So say, for example, you choose London. Then what is your radius going to be from there? Will it be 30 miles out from London? Then you need to list all of the towns and the cities within that 30-mile radius. Now you can look online and do a 30-mile radius of the area that you want to be. For example, I've just mentioned London. Then you've got to list all of those areas in that location of that 30-mile radius. Or are you going to do a 60-mile radius? Because that's where you're going to be looking at where you're going to be supplying the service and where you're going to be employing staff members to work within that location. So that is where you need to think about. That's your next step. So you've got your healthcare business niches, the services that you're going to be providing, whether it's temporary, permanent, whether it is going to be care agency, recruitment agency, home care agency, but also where is your location. That's your decision that you've got to now make, is create a list of what you've decided and try and stick to that so that you've got a plan of action. So remember to speak with individuals in terms of the bodies that you will be looking at speaking with, in terms of government bodies, CCGs, in terms of care homes. Speak with them and see what the need is. See if there's any difficult to reach areas that you can look at providing a service to as well. So I just wanted to touch base with you on that. I hope you found this really helpful, and I'm so looking forward to hearing about how you're getting on, because I want to hear, and it's going to help you, it will help other people to see that people are taking action. Like I said, we are here to help you. We've created the series now, which is the Healthcare Business 101, and we want you to look at these videos, play them back, take action, write a list, and then action and implement what we're teaching you. But at least it will give you an idea of what you want to do and where you are coming from. So Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today. Like us, subscribe to my channel. I just love to serve you, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next video. Take care. Thank you. Bye.
I'm living the life. I woke up this morning and I thank God for the day. I know things ain't what they could be, but I got a smile on my face.